What's up? I hope you're having a great day today.
Plug.
Because I am. We haven't done anything yet this week. This was I think it was Labor Day. I don't really keep up with the American holidays or anything like that. But just knowing that there are bank holidays out there that you have to watch out for, I decided not to trade on the 1st of September. That's when it was. If you're new here, you're basically tuning into my trading journal. At this point, it started out as like a documentation of like challenges and everything like that, but I've really just turned this into my journal. So whenever I'm feeling something up here, you feel me, I feel like talking, which I do like internally, I want to be able to put it out on camera and make you guys a part of that and hopefully help out some people along the way. Since we've established that Labor Day weekend or Labor Day was a bank holiday, that would mean no trades were, really no market information was being put out is what I meant to say. I just woke up, so give me a second. I'll wake more up in the vlog. Essentially, that means that no trading data was printed at all on Labor Day. But on the 2nd of September, there was a huge drop. It was about 1%, which is normally what we're looking for when we're taking trades. It's just about a 1% change. And this happened in the span of, I'm going to say, a couple hours. So we dropped over 1.5% on GU, and that was due to the gilt yields rising, which was not any news placed on the charts. And what's funny is that I was already looking for sells. That was what I was, I had my mind fixated on, was like, okay, I'm gonna look for the next high once we break this low, which we'll go and sit down on the charts and see what I'm explaining. But what ended up happening was, instead of it just breaking the low, creating a level of support, going and creating another high, because we're in a range bound market, it just tanked like the entire way while I was sleeping. So we're basically recovering from there, and I haven't decided to take any other trades because of that. Like, we're waiting. I have a setup brewing right now, which I'm looking to get in within the next 15 minutes. So by the time this vlog is over, I should be in some orders on GU, and we'll document that as well. Like, make sure we go over the trade. If it wins. If it doesn't, then it is what it is. It'll just be something that we talk about here. But from the gilt yields rising, we also had the U.S. Treasury yields rise as well. But the gilt yields are the highest they've been since 1998. But for some reason, that affected the currency negatively. Don't know why. I would have thought that would have helped out a little bit. But it's because from what I've established from a bunch of different forums and from other traders, is that because of fiscal and predatory, well, not predatory, but credit risks, that is why the gilt yields rose, which is not a normal indicator. Like, a normal indicator is, like just time going on, financial data, fiscal, or something like that. I don't know. Look, I'm not an expert. I'm not trying to be an expert. This is just what I've gathered so far, and what's going to be interesting is to see how I evolve through the years, to see if I can actually understand this, because I've just started focusing on financial data, I want to say 2 months ago. And now I'm like more focused into it because I do have Bloomberg. So I can sit down and I can listen to these people talk for hours, like the entire day. I can have it on the TV and just listen to what they're talking about. And a lot of the information is constructive, like it's useful, because they bring on hedge fund managers. They bring on people who are huge execs in their trading firms and everything like that, like their leading strategists and everything. So it really helps out to see other people's perspectives and what they know on the market. And, from there, I've been building some type of a knowledge base on fundamentals and just economic data, and seeing how I can incorporate that into my day-to-day decisions when I am trading. But yeah, that's basically what happened the previous trading day. So that was September 2nd. Today's September 3rd. We haven't taken any positions. I took a runaway position on Bitcoin on my little baby account. So I got $12. Let's actually show that, because who knows what's going to happen next, right? So I have $12 in this baby account over here. Oh yeah, I upgraded my setup. I got a cord to connect my PC to both monitors. So this is my PC. This isn't my Mac. I've decided to switch from Mac to PC. Switching teams. Okay. So let's go to this BTC buy. Pull it up. Now I didn't call this in the chat because this is just more like I'm buying Bitcoin because I want to buy Bitcoin. Instead of going through a crypto exchange, I can just go to my MT4, MT5, or Trade Locker in this case, brokerage, and make a whole lot more money. So right now we have this about, what is it, $12? $10 actually. We paid $2 in swap fees. And equity is at $26. So we've already doubled the account right now. But what I'm trying to send it to is all-time highs, or somewhat all-time highs. I'm gonna let this bullish run play out 100% and just see how far I can go. As you can see, I have my TP set all the way up here. This is like a very unrealistic TP, but Bitcoin is very unrealistic. It does whatever it wants. What I do believe is that they're going to hold these 100K levels because they've been holding them since, what's the first time? Since May 2025. We created support at 101K, and ever since then, we've been doing the same thing. So June 2025, same thing. So the lows are getting higher, right? So I'm banking on this possibly breaking through this minor level of resistance up here, and then breaking through this level of resistance up here, and then testing all-time highs and potentially breaking and going through, which is something similar to what happened last year around this time. So I ended up flipping an account from, I think it was $16 or $4 or some shit like that. It was a very small amount. I took it from like double digits to single digits to $600 in a week of trading. And this was trading Bitcoin. Well, at first it was GCAD, and then I went straight to Bitcoin, full ported on Bitcoin. So I sent like 6 orders or so on Bitcoin. And then what ended up happening was the Trade Locker application went down and closed like 6 of my orders. And it probably would have yielded a lot more because that was back when Bitcoin was around 30,000, because it took that large dip, and I was banking on it going back up to about 40, and that's where my TP was set, and that led to them having to pay me back out for the mishap, which was just about a 0.05 on BTC, and then also another 0.07 that I ended up just full porting again because I was like, I'm not just gonna go outside like that. But yeah, so it's a possibility that it goes up, and I'll save some margin just to kind of essentially do the same thing again, but also to have some for GU because we haven't made a deposit yet. I didn't deposit yet. I'm going to withdraw again today. We got some things that I want to end up getting, so I'm going to take the other 150 that I decided to leave in the account, use that for personal funds. And with the brokerage that I use, bro, I'm telling you, one of the best. So I have an unregulated broker and I also have a regulated broker. They both are great when it comes to withdrawals. They both receive in the same day. And that's what I love, is that I can make a withdrawal right now and it'll be in my bank account within a couple hours. So you always feel liquid. And that's what I love about, this entire, like just this niche, like understanding that I'm using it like a bank account because it's regulated with CFTC. So I'm not tripping off none of that. We're good. Like, they fall, we got some big issues. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm just rambling. I mean, I don't really got many updates because we about to take a trade. So I'm gonna take a moment on that, and after we take that trade, I'm gonna make sure we come back, we update, get into the mind of what I'm thinking, and then we'll go over the previous 2 days that I just spoke about with the information that came out. But we got some financial data to look at, so I'll be right back. It's been about a day or so from the last time that we checked in. So we did take a sell order on GU, which was the last thing that we were thinking about. We were just basically contemplating whether or not we were going to take any orders, and it rejected from a spot that we were looking for. So we're in on that order right now. We ended up getting stopped out off spread last night, so I re-entered this morning. ISM numbers were looking in favorable conditions, and then we also had the ADP numbers. They were a little bit lower, which is more of an indication of rate cuts happening. So more of a confirmation type of situation. So I'm still banking on sales in this area, and yeah, so we're going into the Feast of Tabernacles tonight. So I won't be doing any updates. I won't be taking any more trades. Maybe even ending off this vlog here. But I'll go and, well, just come with me. I can explain it better than I can show you better than I can explain it. Right. So right now we do have this order that's open. You can see we're down. Well, we're up just about 38, but in total on this order we've lost just about 100 or so. Well, no, not 100. We lost 77, but we're going to be risking about 5% in total on this particular order because of spread. Because you can see here, if I just zoom in, we never got stopped out on the order. Spread just, hit it while we were asleep last night, and now we have this situation here. So right now we're testing these levels. I'm a little concerned about the 34s because the 34s have been holding their strength, which is surprising. I've been looking for them to drop to, let go of that strength that they do have, but investors are keeping those 34 levels alive. I don't know if it's going to be something that has to do with the full official numbers that are dropping tomorrow, or what. But I won't be making any buy orders until we get to a lower spot in the range, or if we break the 36 area. So if you guys are watching this when I first drop it, then use that information at your own discretion. But that's my plan. That's my plan for the upcoming weeks. So the Feast of Tabernacles is going to be just about 7 days, and I may or may not take any trades. The first day I can't. The 8th day I can as well. So I'm just going to see what I want to do in between. Normally it's more of a chill type of vibe, but for me, the only thing that keeps me chill is actively doing something. So whether that be me recording a video, or whether that be me taking some trades, or even just doing chart work or editing or doing something related is normally peaceful for me because this is my passion. So we'll see what we end up doing, but yeah, so I'll keep y'all updated, and we'll probably just go ahead and roll this over to the next vlog. So this week we didn't make any profit. We only took one loss, and I really don't even want to count that as a loss because we're still pending. So we still could end the week with a net gain of just about, I don't know, anything above 70 is profit. And the position went higher than 70 earlier. It's just that we're looking to keep it down to take profit. So we'll see how everything does unfold in the next, couple of days or next couple of weeks, depending on how long the position is able to be open. So this is just about 2 weeks or about a week and a half from when we recorded the vlog. And so you'll see the market is in a completely different place, and you'll even see some of my orders over here. But I forgot to go over what happened in the market. So I want to, make good on that promise. And I want to, get some more chart work in while we are on this channel. So like I stated, going into Labor Day weekend, this ended up happening, or Labor Day, whatever it was, right? So you'll see this, right? And this is what I was anticipating. So at the time, you can see we're moving to the right. So we're clearly in a range, and there's more detailed over here, which I sent in my Discord. But we have this instance over here. Now I was looking for a break of support at a 352 area, retest, enter in sells, sell down to the level of support, which is the range bottom here. But as you can see, what ended up happening was the gilt yields were the lowest since 1998 or 1988, whatever the number was. And upon that news, this is the London candle, it dropped crazy. Or we're going into London. It's about 11. It opens at 11, ends at just about 3-ish. And that's the candle that ended up happening. So as you can see, we broke support clearly, but there was no small volume for buyers anywhere. When that news dropped, which was completely unannounced, it shook up the entire market and made GU drop drastically. And then you'll see where we led into the next coming days, which we ended up taking sell orders based off of the potential of there being a continuation of the downtrend. Well, it was an anticipation of a continuation, right? Because you can see we continued off of that news, but then eventually we rebound, and that's, well, this is the area where I was looking to implement sells right here, and we got stopped out on that from initial spread, but then also the other action when we took the other trades. You can see here, and well, that one actually looks more detailed. I don't know. I believe the charts were incorrect at the time that I was trading. I have no clue, but that's really what ended up happening. So that was just a quick recap on, you know, the positions that we took this week. But that's really all for this vlog. We ain't really go nowhere. We ain't really do nothing. We ain't really have nothing planned. This is really the downtime before a feast day for me, and eventually we may get to the point where we record some feast days. It really just depends on which one it is and the particular ones that we are doing. There are no work that's meant to be done, so I won't be showing y'all any endeavors on what we do. Maybe in the future, you know, we decide to go on a trip for a feast day. That would be, you know, absolutely something that I would vlog, and you guys will see like the progression and see how things continue on. But I'll catch y'all in the next vlog, whenever that may be, and I'll catch y'all when I see y'all. Peace. Shoot, I almost forgot. Anybody who's a day trader and you're looking for a place to be, somewhere to mingle with like-minded individuals, traders like me and a bunch of others that are my students, or even some of the subscribers on this channel, make sure you do click the link in the description for the Discord. And if you need a reliable broker, I do have a couple brokerages that I am affiliated with, and then I also have one that I use personally that I will be referring others to as well. And if you're new here and you're enjoying my trading journal, make sure you do sub up, turn on post notifications so you can be with me along the entire journey and see how I go up. But now we out for real. Peace.